My name is Fazil. I'm from Guyana, South America. I live in New York City. I'm a Microsoft Certified System Engineer. I work in IT. I'm a hardware engineer also. I was with God Almighty in heaven a very long time. And heaven is, I said in my first video that it's like an office of a lobby of an office building, but it's more like an reception area, and God is in his chambers. I don't see who sit in his chamber, but he's there working all the time. I sit outside of his chamber in the secret place of the Most High, God in heaven. I was there a very long time, many years. And I told God I want to go to earth and I want to be born. But I get requests to say what God looked like. God, he's, I think for a long time, maybe over a year, to see who I see God look like or resemble. And I, maybe a week or two, then I come to the conclusion that I resemble him. But he's white. I look a little Middle Eastern Indian. He's white. He have a smaller nose and a thinner lip, and his hair is combed back like this. And he's a little. He's about 120 pounds, and he always wear short pants, and his shirt is tucked in his pants, and he wears a shoe. And he don't look like the picture of Jesus Christ or anybody else. He's different, and he's clean shaven, and he's not an old man with beard that people portray of him, and he's like he's in his late 40s. He looks so for millions of years. He looked the same, and he's better looking than most people because he don't get old. He looked the same way. So that's what God looked like. I see him so many times, and when I leave heaven, I come to earth. I was born, I see the devil. God gave me eyes so I could see the devil. My eyes, I went to the doctor, the eye doctor, his name is Mohammed, he died. And he was looking in my eyes. Most people's eyes is like this. My eye is shaped like this. And he was looking, I thought something wrong with my eye, but that's why God made me so I could see him and I could hear him. So I was in Guyana as a kid, and we living in a place by the name of Golden Grove, and I was by the pipe, and I see the devil. The devil could only be one place at a time. He can't be more than one place at a time. But God could scan the earth and see you everywhere, see anyone in problem, and he could help. But the devil could only be one place at a time. And the devil, his instinct is to kill, steal, and destroy. So that's his instinct. And I was a kid, and I go by the pipe, and that was Golden Grove, by the school to take a bath, and I see the devil, and I say, Satan, go away, and he disappear. I didn't see him back. And when I was 4 years old, there was a riot in Guyana, looting, burning of house, and people was dying, people was getting killed all the time. There was a big riot. And I see my mom went away with my other siblings, other 5, and leave me in the home. My father was working at a cinema, and my father came from the cinema and took me. It was in the night, and he was trying to escape to go to Enmore. My mother went there already with the kids, and he was confronted by 4 criminals. I was in his hand. The devil assigned 4 killers to kill my father, but I see the devil. That's the second time I see him. He's darker than the night, and he have a red stripe on his face. And I was so terrified. I see those houses burning. There was so much fire in the sky. And I cried to God in my mind. I said, oh, God, help me. And one of the 4 guys said, leave him alone. That's my father. And they say, the other 3 say, what about the kids? Say, leave him alone. That was God's intervention. They would have killed me. And the devil, he stirred up riot, war, because that's the way he is. That's his nature. He can't change. He's the opposite of God. God is good and he's evil. Anyway, I grew up in Enmore. Then I become adult. I used to travel a lot, and I moved to New York. When I moved to New York, I was illegal in the country. I overstayed my visa. I used to play music. I used to hang out with a band in South on Ozone Park. And the leader of the band, one of his songs, he's worshiping the devil. And I see the devil one night there. I see him dark. He's very dark in the night, and he have this red thing over his face, and he's trying to intimidate me because he know I'm a threat to him. Anyway, the devil want to overcome me. Those at the band, those guys smoke crack, coke. I used to drink a few beers, but I never indulged in those things. So one night, I used to drive black cars. So the devil have his people that follow you, that put you into trap. So one night I was coming home from work, and I was driving down 4th Avenue in Manhattan, New York, and I see the devil moving next to the car. And I told the passenger, I said, man, somebody is following me. He have his people behind me in a car, a guy. I reached him up once at a drop-off in Staten Island. And this guy, I'm sure he's a devil worker. He worked with the devil to get maybe rich and famous. Anyway, he was tracking me. And I wanted to go up to the upper roadway and to take the Queensboro Bridge to the upper roadway. But the devil, when the devil talks to you, it's like your own voice. I was going through it, and then he's commanding me, turn. And I turned. No, I want to turn. And he said, I turned. When I turned, I end up on the lower roadway of the Queensboro Bridge. bridge. And in Long Island City, there was hookers on the road and that time. And why the devil set up this trap for me? Because my ex, she never used to find time for me. When I go home in the night, she'd be talking 3, 4 o'clock in the weekends with her sister. I don't know what they'd be talking, but the devil setting his trap. So, and she never find time for me. So I end up driving to the lower roadway of the Long Island, the Queensboro Bridge, and there was these hookers on the street. And I say I'm gonna just pass and take a look, but the devil was there to tempt me, you know. And the guy behind me, follow me, the guy behind me with the car, there was a lot of traffic, a lot of guys was driving through that the same way, watching these hookers. And the guy with the car, a woman came out from the back of the car without skirt. She took away her skirt and her underwear and leave her. So when I see that as a young man, I get tempted. So I tell her, come in the car. And she say, if I'm a police, I said, no. That was trick. So I asked her how much, and she told me. And when I go to the bank, didn't have money. When I go to the teller, the bank, when I put my card, the machine was going, making noise. So I wasn't getting money. So I said, okay, that's good. I wouldn't get money to pay her, and she would go away. But she didn't take it. The devil was there with her. I had to go in that trap. They wanted me in that trap. So I see the machine that was low, and I put my money, and that was $60 came out. So I want to run away from her. I stand up in front of the car. I don't want to go in the car. Here she say, come in the car, come in the car. What are you doing? I see the cops. I want to go and tell the cops. Then I say, oh God, the cops say I have a hooker, and they would, my wife would know, and then there would be big problem. Anyway, I jump in the car, and she said, drive. I drive. I said, where you want to go? She chose the darkest place in the Long Island. I said, man, this place is so dark. So I jump out of the car. I say, wait, I'm coming back. The devil was next to the car, so the devil telling me go back into the car. Remember, I could see him. Follow me. I could see him. Not anyone could see the devil. I told him why you don't go, and I succumbed to his temptation, and I went in the car, and the woman, when I was having her over, she was covering her face like this. I said, man, this man maybe said, these horror people you see in movie. Anyway, I had sex with her, and I think I got an evil something maybe enter my body. I don't know why, but I got sick afterwards. So the devil was there, but at the same night, there's an angel always on my shoulder. I think God put an angel and was telling me to run, but I say, where I'm gonna run? This temptation. Anyway, the devil had his way with me there. So I succumbed to his temptation. And one night, I came home, you know. I bought a house in New York City. And this house, one day I was fixing the house and I go up to the ceiling and I could feel the evil thing, and I feel like there was some evil spirit in the where you call it the ceiling. We call it ceiling, and they call it attic in New York. And one of the windows was broke, and I tried to go fix the window. I lived so long, I fixed everything in the house. I never fixed that window. So one night I was sleeping, you know, and I wake up and my wife and me had a problem. So I say, I don't want to sleep. I go and sleep in a room. Our next room, we have 3 rooms. We only occupy 2. So I say I'm going to sleep in the other room. There's a mattress on the ground. She found me and hitting on the door. And I said, leave me alone, leave me alone. Then the devil was there, was tempting her to pick a fight with me. And she came and we started arguing. I said, leave me alone. I didn't drink nothing. I just said, leave me alone, I don't feel good. She come in and she's very aggressive. She's like pelt punches. And then we get into a fight. The devil she fell into the devil trap. The devil using her to get back at me, so I could maybe go to jail or something. And we got in a fight, and I squeezed her. And when I squeezed her, she was on the ground, and I lose consciousness. I didn't know. I get blacked out, and when I opened my eyes, she was dead. And I was on my knees, and I screamed to God. I said, oh God, help me, because I see like I was going to jail forever. And I hit her on the face like this and say, wake up. And she wake up. God give back life to her because of me. And from that day, and because I broke the 10 commandments, that's why when I was driving from New York, from Florida to New York, my ex-wife and 2 kids went on vacation, and we went to Florida and we got into a fight. She always fights with me. She always pick a fight. I can never please her. And she leave me and took a bus with the kids, like 2 kids. And I was coming back to New York. I got into an accident at Maryland. And I wasn't wrong, but the police came. I was illegal. I think that was a racial profile. They say I look a little Middle Eastern, and they throw me in the jail, because that time they had the World Trade Center stuff and all these things happening in America. So they threw me and they told me I must play guilty. I said, no, I'm not playing guilty. They want to put me so I could say yes, a felony, and they could release it to me right away. I said, no, I rather stay in jail, because they put a big bail on me. So anyway, that was part of the devil's plan to get back to God through me. So they locked me up and put me in a, when they get me, they'll put me in a lockup. It is there in records. They put me in a lockup, and then they moved me to a cell, the pitch dark cell, and the cell was filthy. I swear that was hell. So that was hell. I was alive in hell. Why I went to hell is because my wife and had the problem, and God restored back her life, and that's why I had to go to hell. And I was alive, and that was a trick the devil put to God. So I'm in hell. I lay down. I was sleepy because I was so tired driving from Florida to reach New York. And then I lay down, and I heard so much screaming, that's hell. And I saw these souls is like little balls spinning, and they're screaming. And I never see some place so dark. That's hell. Hell, you don't want to be, you never exist than to live in hell. Even the worst criminal would want to live in hell. And jail is better than hell. 1,000,000 times better than hell. Hell is torturing. You can't come out of there if you spend the rest of your eternity in hell. And hell is, no one want to go to hell. So I was in hell, and I go down on one of my knees and I say, oh God, help me. And God, I heard trumpet sound, the heart started tremble, lightning flashes, thunder roll, and God came down. I tell you something, God, the dimension God put us in, we are in a dimension, God is He could see us in the future, He's in the future, and He could see us, we are in a different dimension. And so He knows what would happen. He knows, because He's in the future. That's how He designed the world. So I was in hell, and God came down, and He was the tremble, or the all tremble. We wouldn't feel it. That's a different. I feeling it because, and that maybe afterwards, maybe an earthquake, something happened, because there was a problem happened. God had to came along, and the earth trembled. So the devil, when God came, the devil was over hell too. The devil, he's trying to get back to God. When I was in heaven one time, I was tempted. The devil have access to heaven, not him. He sent his crony, and they asked me. I was tempted. They asked. I was tempted to ask God, where is Jesus? And I said, I'm not questioning God. I don't question God. And I think nobody should question God. God knows what He's doing. And He created us, and we can question His words. And next time I was tempted to tell God I want to be like Him. I said, no, I don't want to be like God. God worked too hard, and I don't want to be with Him. I maybe misinterpret. I don't want to be like God. I could be like Him in His image, but not His knowledge, and I don't want to have all those knowledge. Then maybe He have chosen people that could do that. Yeah. So when I was in hell, I went on my wanderings, and God came down. The devil and God told me soon he heard my voice, he leave what he's doing and came down from heaven. And the devil, when I was in heaven, I told God asked me if I'm not afraid of the devil. I said I defeat the devil and I'll defeat again. But I can't remember, that was temptation. The devil was over hell, and God was over hell. It was a battle. Then my body moved to the heavens door, and I was just sitting. There was like some escape. God was there, and the devil was there. And God, I was watching God. God didn't look like a giant to the devil. I said to myself, why God don't punch this nasty devil and let him disappear? But God had better sense than that. That would be a fight, and God don't want to get into unnecessary fight, so he leave the devil. So God started asking me. I was in hell, and God asking me a lot of questions, a whole lot of questions. I was in hell. I couldn't say yes. I said no to everything. And I think if I said yes, the devil would be outcast of the world. So after I said no, I was in hell, and my body went down to it's like a tornado. Like it moved its circle, and my spirit went down, and I went to the foot of the earth. And I was, my father always say, curiosity killed the cat. I'm too curious. I want to know everything. I shouldn't be at the foot of the earth. I go there, and I thought the devil would have come out there, and he would stay there. And when I went on the foot of the earth, it's on a mountain. That's a red sand mountain. And I was surprised what I see. What I see, I watched for the sun. I didn't see the sun. I see it like it's a galaxy. I see a little circle, but I couldn't see the sun. And it looked like that world that was there was abandoned. And when I look, I see like I came out of a big air balloon. That's where the cell and the hell and that. And so God created this world, and I can't think how He created. My father said to boggle your mind to know what God created, and I think there may be many people here that watch this video, they could do research and think how God created this world. So, and God He could destroy this world and make it again, because He's heaven and He could destroy our earth, but I don't want Him. I prefer everybody, I don't care what religion you are, just to turn to God, because God is for everybody. It's not for one religion. But I'm a Christian, and they say only fool don't believe there's a God. I see God so many times. And he always, when I was in the prison, he had on prison guards' clothes, the brown clothes, and the devil also. And God told me the devil had a chance to rule the world, but let me not listen to him, but he sleep all the time. So the devil can't rule the world. He's just, his nature is to kill, steal, and destroy. So the devil, that's my biggest enemy, and I'm on this earth. If you watch my first video, you know how I reached to heaven, and I don't need your money, I don't need your fame. I was in heaven and I was 1,000,000 times happier. I had no money, and there was no temptation, and I didn't see anybody else in heaven except God, and he have his chambers. I don't know who's in his chamber, if Jesus and Moses and David and all those good people is with him, I don't know. And I don't think no one else would want to come to earth. Because when I was to come to earth, God asked me, you want to go? When I told him I want to come to earth, he said, that place, with resentment, that place. And in the social media now, if you talk about God, they block you if you try to publicize, because they feed you with a lot of garbage, and even the people that manage, they don't know the truth. They only assume someone say this and someone that say that. But there's a God. He loves us. He's kind. He do no evil. He don't tempt you. God don't tempt you. The devil will tempt you. God, you know when God speaks to you, you will feel it. The devil will say, okay, do this, do that. And the devil, when he helps you, he take blood. He take your children. So don't, or your family. Just that's his nature. He don't know good, and his appearance is like a snake. God, that's his course, and he move, and he could only be one place at one time. But God is everywhere, and God created this world. He make it. We see it as a big world, but because our eyes are different. But his eyes, he could see, he could watch me what I'm saying. And I hope he will forgive me of that sin I commit, that I broke his commandment. And that wasn't my fault. That was the devil. To make me lose consciousness. And the devil want to get back to God. There's a battle. Even the wars, you see, the riot in Guyana, that was the devil, because he stopped wars, because he wanted to have his own people in power. And he stopped riots, wars. He wants control. But God is in heaven, and God could see his move. But God give us the knowledge of right and wrong. So we have to choose. If you don't choose, it's either you choose to be with God or you choose to be with the devil, because there's no, you can't sit on the fence. Is either you're with God or you're not with God. Because if you're in between, you're going to get tempted and you're going to get sucked up to the devil temptation, and you'll do wrong things, and you would not be able to go to have eternal life, or on earth, or in heaven. But I personally want to go back to heaven because I think it's a better place. I don't know, I didn't see no big mansions where I was, but I hope in God's chambers have everything that we need. And some people can't live on earth and they want to go to heaven. How they can't live together on earth and they want to go to heaven. So it wouldn't be a good idea. And myself, I pray to God. I don't pray for everybody, because sometimes I do that, but I hope you pray for yourself so God could hear your prayers and He answers prayers. That's the only way you communicate with God, through prayers. And you do the good things. I do wrong things, yes, but I hope God will forgive me so I get back in heaven. Thank you.